Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to the Black History Business Panel Celebration, the new normal. So we have a lot of stuff going on where people saying mask is the new normal and this is the new normal and vaccines is the new normal. No, Black independent entrepreneur successful businesses is now the new normal that we are talking about. We are shifting the energy, we are changing the narrative, and we are bringing on some wonderful Black business owners tonight so we can have a discussion on how we're making it work during the pandemic and how we've been making it work before. There's always negativity around Black businesses. Tonight we are celebrating, sharing tips and sound advice. First, I would like to thank our panelists for taking this time to share their experience and expertise. Now I want to give them a moment to introduce themselves and tell us just a little bit about their businesses before we get into the question and answer segment. So everybody can unmute their mic. And I'm going to start with LaShonda. Please introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about your business.
Hi, I'm LaShonda Chaney, and I'm the director here at Chaney's Dance and Music Academy in Maplewood. We are a dance and music school that offers a little bit of everything for everybody. We start with children as young as 2, and we go all the way up through to adult classes. We feel like if you can move, we have something for you. Not only do we do dance and private music lessons, we also do a kids club where we work with the children twice a month to give them an outlet of activities to do, almost like a parents' night out on a Friday night from 5 to 8, and we handle food and everything for the children. Tonight we're actually having a Lego night party in the back, so hopefully my children stay quiet while we're on this call here. We also do remote learning to assist with homeschooling during the day. We do different camps for the summer for the children. So we like to look at ourselves as a one-stop shop for everyone. And it's classes for boys and girls.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much. So we're going to take it over to Nasir, please.
Wow. Yeah, so my name is Nasir Gregory. I'm the owner of Clean Everything LLC. We're a cleaning and disinfect company. We do everything underneath the cleaning umbrella, from windows, carpets, upholstery, for waxing of floors. You name it, we do it. And you name it, we do it. We basically, we've been in business for about 40 years. We stand behind quality. We are efficient. You know, we always made sure that we do these jobs, any jobs that we do them good. It's just what we stand for.
Amazing. So we're going to go to Megan and Dominique. Introduce yourselves and tell us about your business.
Hi, I'm Megan Scarborough. And Dom?
Hi, I'm Dominique Preston.
And we're the Preston Scarborough team. We're a real estate team. We sell real estate here in Essex, Union, Morris, Hudson, Passaic, Warren, Sussex, Middlesex County, anywhere. Anywhere you want to buy a house, we'll sell it to you. I've been in the business for 7 years in residential real estate, and before that I was in commercial property management for around 12 years.
I've been in about 5 or 6 years, and I started primarily dealing with REOs and hedge funds and foreclosures. So yeah, we primarily deal with just regular residential at the moment.
Yeah, so we teamed up. We are with Keller Williams Suburban Realty in Livingston. And we have a couple of buyer's agents working with us now. But we're doing our business, enjoying it. We love what we do. We have a good time doing it.
Exactly.
We work well together.
Yep.
That's awesome. See, that's the new thing too right now. We're saying that COVID and mask and all of that is the new norm. Collaboration is the new norm. Coming together as sisters, as Black women in business is the new norm. And I love that. I love the power behind that. I love the pivot that we can come together as Black people and Black women, because people think we can't work together, but that's a myth. And that's why we're here tonight to say everything about us is positive and nothing is negative. So it's so good to see you guys together. I love it.
Right. I love this girl.
Absolutely.
I love
Yeah,
that.
we're pretty much very similar, and we complement each other, and we hold each other accountable. When she's lacking, I pick up the slack, and it's been very harmonious partnership thus far.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
been very
blessed to
good.
have. We're blessed to be together.
Absolutely.
I love it. So let's take it to Ahava. Oh, was Ahava frozen?
Oh, just on mute. Hi. I'm
Hi,
the founder and owner of Ahava Felicidad Hair and Body. We're a trademark holistic wellness practice specializing in natural hair. So chemical-free living through your natural hair. Anybody who wants to live a more well-bodied life overall will be coming here for hair care, styling. We do a lot of consulting, virtual and in person. We take care of clients ages 13 and up. For families, we do workshops and classes and trainings. I certify stylists in my own concepts, as well as in the 100 techniques that I teach. It's over 100 now, but we have like certain techniques where we do a lot of stylist training. I provide mentorship for young women in business who are looking to take their hair business to the next level, may have had trouble sustaining their own business or staying in 100% in hair. So I help them to do that as well. And I also am a product creator now. The store windows are very thin. There's activity on Bloomfield Avenue. Sorry about that. So also being a product creator, I started making my own products in 2003, basically just out of a necessity for better overall health and wellness as a heart disease survivor. And that's led to years of mixing, making, teaching classes, helping other people to learn how to make better products for their bodies, and then selling in grocery and what would be like nationally recognized retailers. That's where we're at right now.
Awesome. Let's go to Al Maurice.
Hi, how everyone? My name is Al Maurice Ross, and I'm the owner of Bon Voyage. And our primary business is logistics. We transport medical supplies throughout the tri-state area. We work with psychiatric hospitals, senior citizen buildings, regular hospitals, group homes, and we've been in the business since 2015. We initially started off transporting people, and as we got deeper into the business, we started to evolve and move into the medical field.
Awesome. Aki, are you with us? I see your screen's not moving, so we're going to go to Aki next.
Can you see me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can see you now. There you go.
You can hear me, see me? Okay.
Yep.
How you doing? How's everybody today?
Great.
I'm full of a lot of energy. I can't keep still, always moving around. How you doing? I'm Aki Bilal, owner and creator of Halal Boys and Halal Girls Clothing. Okay. I've been doing it since about 2010, 2011. And I did it as a positive movement for some young brothers in my neighborhood because they had on a Coke Boy shirt and I didn't like the sign that was on the shirt. So I said, I'm gonna make a Halal Boy shirt. You know what I mean? And they wanted to know what was the meaning of halal. I said, halal means something which is good, something which is permissible. So, I kind of just made it for a shirt, a couple of shirts for, guys in my neighborhood, and it built momentum and kind of took off. For the last 3 or 4 years, I have been doing it solely by myself, printing, cutting, doing the material. You know what I mean? I do a bunch of pop-up shops. I do a bunch of different events. And just like I said, it has gained momentum with out in South Jersey. I went down to Philly, Delaware. I just be all over doing a bunch of vending. And it's just, catching momentum and spreading my word and spreading my name. Within the last 2 years, I heard what you were saying about, connecting with other entrepreneurs and Black businesses. And I got with 2 other gentlemen, which is Choice. He goes by Choice on Instagram, is Your Choice. He's a custom designer. He does all logos and designs. And I got with another brother. He has a clothing line called McJeeta, and we finally did the store. We had a grand opening this Saturday, and we have a store on 70 Dodge Street in East Orange. And you can come here and, you know, kind of almost get anything done. If you want to build your own clothing brand and get your name out there, they help you do that and get started. You know, so we join forces together. If you can see, they're in the background. I'm at the store now. They're in the background working. You know, we're always in the store working. We're here from 10 to 10. You know what I mean? And, you know, we just put our heads together and did something collectively. And you can also come here and, you know, you can find my clothes. You can find 5 different other young Black businesses. They have their clothing lines here. And, you know, and we're moving forward.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That is awesome. I love the collaboration piece here because that's what we need to do as a Black business, because we had to pivot so much. A lot of people had to pivot because of COVID. We've always been pivoting as Black people. We've been doing the pivot for a long time because we don't get the same opportunities as everybody else. So we're used to the pivot. It just was a, you know, it was a shift for us through COVID. So if you just tuned in, you're tuned to the Black History Business Panel Celebration that is sponsored by Chaney's Dance and Music Academy, located in Maplewood, New Jersey. Dance and music classes for children and adults. You can visit them at www.lachaney.com to schedule an intro class, or call 973-378-3877, 973-378-3877. So we're going to get right into our questions. So I'm going to go right over to Nasir and just say, during this pandemic, how has the pivot been for you? Because I know that a lot of people are nervous about this virus and everything, and a lot of cleaning companies have surfaced. So how has the pivot been for you?
Well, the pivot's been real. It's like a lot of people, like you just said, they weren't as quick to let us in because they were cautious about who they had, you know, in their surroundings, especially where they live at. You know, that's very precious to people. So they're not going to just let anyone in there. So, you know, they were cautious. So a lot of those people stopped us from coming. A lot of the business did decline. We didn't really know where it was going. We didn't know where it was headed. You know, this was in the beginning before they knew exactly what was going on or how to live with it and prevent yourself from getting it, like wearing masks and social distancing. So, you know, everybody just stopped. Everything came to a halt. So it really was at that point, we didn't really, like I just said, we really didn't know which direction it was going to go in. And things, you know, after a while, things just turned around. Business, we started to rebuild. I went back out there and I had to rebuild it. You know, I didn't know what was going to happen, though. To be honest with you, it really didn't look too good because it just looked like, you know, I mean, everybody remembers that time, like it was around that time in March when it first hit. So everybody was just shutting down, scared, didn't want to be around. Family members wasn't going to each other's houses. It was, you know. So now I went out, I rebuilt it, you know, also got technology to fight it. And now I'm here, back on board.
Awesome. So I'm going to go to the ladies, to the duo, the dynamic duo, Dominique and Megan, because I know you guys are in real estate. And what does that look like? I mean, during people are losing their jobs, first of all, and people are financially strapped and struggling. So how did that affect you guys, or how is that affecting you, or has it affected you as far as your business is concerned?
Dom, do you want to go or? Well, I'll start.
Yeah, is my background too noisy? Is it okay?
No, you're fine.
Okay. I mean, as far as losing jobs, like our main business is showing property and meeting people. And like when we were like really in the thick of things, it was kind of, you know, rough. But now it's getting more normalized and everyone's, you know, making the pivot and figuring out things to make it work and still try to have some kind of cautionary, you know, behavior, you know, but it's definitely different for sure.
Right. It was hard at first showing houses because obviously people didn't want anyone in their house. So then for years in the real estate industry, we've had an inventory crisis for years. And so when COVID came, the inventory crisis increased. So it got even worse. However, interest rates went down. People started getting loans. Business is as busy now as it has ever been. And so while it's hard for buyers, so buyers are getting loans, they're getting fantastic interest rates. However, the home prices are shooting up because of that lack of inventory. So every house that goes on the market, you're gonna have to bid over. You're gonna have to be aggressive. You're gonna have to come with amazing terms because everybody's giving the same numbers. So you really have to be creative in order to win that house. In terms of for sellers, people who would have been in foreclosure before COVID, now you can sell your house and pay off your loan and have money in your pocket now. Like if you were struggling before, like now is the time to put your house on the market because these prices are skyrocketing and they're starting to appraise. In the beginning, the people were bidding so far over that we were having appraisal problems. But now the houses are closing and the appraisal problems are going away. And sellers who before would have been a short sale or a foreclosure are now able to walk away. They now have equity in their property. So it's a great time. Like right now, they stop foreclosures. So if you were going to be in foreclosure, and they stop the foreclosures, put your house on the market now, like save yourself now. I have a friend who for years, I was like, I don't know what I can do to help you. You're going to lose your house. He was in a bad position. His house went $40,000 over the asking price. And it was already $60,000. The asking price that I set was already $60,000 over what he owed.
Wow.
So, while he was about to lose his house, now he's in the, what is it, in the black? Right?
Yeah.
Like now he's doing well.
Not in the red.
Right, he's not in the red anymore. So yeah, it's a time right now that if you were in a crisis with your home and your mortgage, right now is an excellent time to fix it. Because where you didn't have equity before, you have equity now. Where you were underwater before, now you're floating.
I love it. Listen, if y'all are just tuned in, we have a bad, and when I mean bad meaning good, like Michael Jackson bad panel right here. The sister said, if you sell your house, if you was in a bad position, right now is the time for you to listen and get this information because this is I call this a billable moment where people are getting free advice. So please take heed to what you're hearing. So I'm going to go down to LaShonda. And LaShonda, you have a dance studio and we are in a time where we're being told not to go out of the house. So listen, I want to go dancing so bad, honey. You just don't even know. I'm about to come to your dance studio and just give me a room and some club music. I'm about to have at it. So how has the shift been for you as far as your business is concerned? And how are you making it work in this climate?
Well, right now, once we were able to open back up, of course, we had to open up with different things in place where we had to cut our enrollment, the amount of students that we have in the classroom. When we closed down in March, we quickly pivoted, literally like the next day. We didn't stop any classes. We went straight to a hybrid model. So our students were able to continue the program from home, where they still maintained their regular schedule. All of my staff members were still able to remain on staff. And yeah, it was great. Once we got into maybe month 3 of the lockdown, we were all like, okay, we're ready to get back in the building. The kids were ready. We could start seeing them dwindling away from it, like getting tired of the screen. So in June, when we were able to start opening back up, before we were able to come in the building, we transitioned and created an outdoor classroom. So we literally took part of our parking lot, fenced it in, laid a dance floor, put up tents the way the restaurants were doing it. And we ran outdoor classes until we were able to come back inside. And thank you, Nasir with Clean Everything, who came in and did the doggone thing up in here. And he's always taking care of us every month. Making sure that we are fully sanitized and clean. And now we're still just running, we have students in the building, we have classes running live now, and we have classes online. So we've switched over to a hybrid model. So if there's kids that aren't able to come in, or families who are just not ready to come into the building, they're able to log in and do their class from home and still have interaction with their classmates in the classroom. So that's been a great thing. We even have adults that log in from home and take classes. And of course, we have those adults that come in the building, and we have a whole adult program. So if any of you want to come in and do some cardio hip hop classes, ballet, modern, jazz, we have all of that going on for you too. And we learned that the kids really need the social outlet. So right now, business have been going really good for us. We have enrollment has picked up. A lot of families are looking for something for their children to do, especially with being home all day. With homeschooling, they need that outlet, and we can see that. And the parents are really grateful and thankful that we're still able to operate some type of program for the children.
I love it. The kids need an outlet, girl.
Oh, listen. Let me tell you, that's why I said we have the adults coming in now, and they're calling and saying, what do you have for me? So it's been fun. We have men and women coming in, doing
this whole panel gonna be coming in. I'm about to set up a panel meetup, and we all about to go up in there and do some whatever.
We have the Hotties the Hills class. So usually on a Friday night, ladies, you could come in with your heels, and we'll do a nice little class for you too.
Oh, okay. So let's shift over to Maurice. Because we could go all the way over with this whole heel class, but I'm gonna leave that alone for a minute. I'm gonna get the ladies on a separate Zoom without y'all. But Maurice, tell us, just talk a little bit about how it's been, because you said you deal with medical supplies and deliveries and truck driving, and not only do you deal with that, but we're in a climate of civil unrest as well, and we've learned that there's a lot of prejudice going on as we are journeying into a new presidency and everything, because we knew people were prejudiced, we just didn't know to what level. So talk about being a truck driver in that climate, having your guys go out and also delivering to different facilities with a pandemic going on. You're muted. Unmute yourself.
Oh, sorry about that. So the business actually got better during the pandemic because of we actually do testing for different sites to test for COVID-19. So we would pick up different testings and take it back to the lab to get tested same day. So the business actually increased because we had so much, we got so many calls about different laboratories calling us because they wanted to actually get the testing back within less than 24 hours. If you use someone like FedEx or UPS, you got like a 10-day window before you can actually get your results back. So we actually did pretty well this during the pandemic because we were able to get the testing back within a 24-hour period. As far as dealing with racism within the industry, I can't really say that I encountered too many interactions with that because we're constantly on the road, moving in and out of the facilities. As long as we're wearing our masks, wearing gloves, spraying the car down after every trip, I mean, we're pretty much good at that point. Yeah.
I just want people to hear, because I love to give feedback on what I heard. I just want people to hear that we don't have to make COVID a bad thing. Like
Right.
Black businesses, we all deal with things in business. I'm an entrepreneur too, so we all deal with things in businesses. But if we focus on where we're trying to go instead of what's going on around us, I think we can be a lot more successful.
Right.
I'm
Right.
going to come to you next. Go ahead, Maurice. Maurice.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, I'm going to come to you next because we're here and we're all seriously stressed out. And I know you have a holistic and healing business. So give us some tips, 2 tips on that's best for stress release in this climate right now, because it's like a lot of stress going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hob, are we losing you?
I was just turning the mute button off.
Oh, okay.
So you want 2 tips?
Yes.
It takes a lot more than 2. It takes a lot more than 2 tips.
Where can we start with
on my list of like 14 things, actions, and the frequency of what you have to do in terms of your diaphragmic breathing. I won't go into all the details of the types of breathing because that's working with other practitioners like who I work with. Your breathing, I'm going to go there first. It's very important. A lot of people are not breathing. I have clients come in even before this pandemic that I'm like, are you breathing? Like you sit in the chair and you're like, so our breath is very important. The diaphragmic breathing all the way, even from your sacrum or your pelvis and lifting up. So your deep inhales and exhales, because our breath is a part of our life and our organs need air. Even if you're breathing inside air, it's not necessarily the outside air. I can't say the outside air right now is all that great because they've been still dropping a lot of, stuff in the atmosphere. They're still doing the chemtrails. There are about 5 chemtrails out in Montclair. Just even last week, I was out walking and saw them. They look like almost like white tornado clouds and the dragging trails from planes. So just be careful where you're doing your breathing. Right now, it's going to be best to actually do your breathing in the house. We would go up to the reservations and do walking up high, but you have to just watch out for what's in the atmosphere and check the ozone levels that come with the news. It tells you like what the air quality is like. That's very important. So your breathing helps with stress relief without even taking anything else, doing other things. Your breathing, your breath, your water, and your supplements. So those are like some of the first ones. I could have went like straight to yoga, but you can't do yoga if you don't know how to breathe well. So there are steps you have to learn how to breathe. So there are a lot of breathing exercises available on YouTube. Fire, I can mention fire breathing, so fire breath. So if anybody wants to look up doing your fire breath, that is something that's really, really great to do. It's again on, there's videos on YouTube and you want to practice that. So the 2 tips would basically be breathing and then your high levels of water intake. It should be hydration water, not just regular water. Regular water does not hydrate people. Only clustered or structured water does that. Alkaline water is not the same. So you can also do alkaline, and anybody who's doing detoxing or feeling a little drained can do something like a Gerolsteiner mineral water. It's not a lifestyle water. It's a time period water. They sell them in Whole Foods. They sell them in Trader Joe's at Gerolsteiner. No endorsement for the company, but it is a very good high quality mineral water if you're not doing other types of water. So I definitely don't suggest it be tap. Everything like other than tap. Distilled is going to be better than spring. And then the other qualities of water are better than that. And then your supplements. So my number 2 can be multifaceted. My number 2 would include some endo pills, endocrine for like your mental helps with stress levels. Also, your immunity boosting helps with stress levels. So things like amla and licorice. If you feel more well in your body, you're going to feel less stress. I love St. John's wort. I take it like every day, again, time period. So if I'm taking it every day, I might take it every day for like 14 days and I may take off 2 weeks. But those types of things, your regimens, you want to meet with a holistic health counselor, naturopath, or someone who practices naturopathic remedies or medicines, and also Ayurvedic sciences. My Ayurvedic is mostly my internal, what I do for myself, but then topically the ingredients that are Ayurvedic that I use with clients. And it goes,
Nice.
it goes like really, really, it can get really deep, but fire breath, water, and your supplements.
Fire breath, water, supplements, and don't forget to breathe.
For 2
Please.
tips, you gotta
Don't
breathe.
forget
You have to
and
breathe with diaphragmatic breathing. People are not breathing. You can do deep inhales, like you do a deep inhale count, you inhale, and then you exhale that breath out. And you should usually do that, several minutes a day, like 5-minute intervals throughout the day. You start to feel stressed, you have to breathe. I could say, go out and just take a walk, but you still need to breathe to walk.
So breathe, people. That's what she's saying. Make sure you're breathing. And I love it. I really love it because these are things that we just don't think about. So Aki, are you still with us? I don't, there you go. So Aki, and right now, like I was saying to our dynamic duo real estate girls that I love so much, I'm stalking y'all. I mean that in a good way though. I mean that in a good way. Because I'm going to be buying a house in 2 years. So I'm stalking y'all. So with the clothing industry and the job loss, people are losing jobs and the economy has changed and people are trying to get help from the government, all those things. How do you keep a clothing line running when people just don't have the money to spend? And how do you compete with top names like Tommy Hilfiger and the Gucci's?
Well, first and foremost, I'm an essential worker. I work for the city of Newark, so I never stopped working. Since the pandemic, we was like essential workers, frontline workers. We still have to, drive the garbage trucks, get the snow up, things of this nature, and, tend to the residents of Newark. So I never stopped working. With the clothing brand, it kind of expanded and, people was buying more because we had masks for sale. We would do the customized masks. We would do, all right, bro, be good. We would do the customized masks. We would do masks with people's logos, masks with people's, businesses on it. So it kind of never stopped with us. It kind of, went up a little bit because people was getting, T-shirts made with different things like "Give me 6 feet," wear your mask. Different companies was coming in getting shirts made for their businesses that said things like 6 feet apart and social distancing and things of this nature. And being as though we are a customized shop as well, there was really no competition because people wanted their own things made. They wanted their own thing, They wanted different sayings put on T-shirts and things of this nature. One thing we did do when the pandemic first started is we started making T-shirts for all the essential workers, like the nurses, the doctors, the people that are on the front line. And we would go, like we went to Beth Israel, went to UMD&J, and we just gave them the T-shirts. You know what I mean?
Wow.
The T-shirts would, it was a picture of a person with a mask on. It says practice social distancing. And we stood in front of the emergency room and just gave the T-shirts away. You know what I mean? To let them know how proud of that we was to have them as essential workers. So, it never stopped for us. The business actually, took off a little bit more. And
that's great.
We embraced the pandemic how it was.
Oh, that is awesome. So I'm going to shift a little bit. So now I like to call this a teachable moment, which is our segment that is brought to you by Clean Everything LLC. Services that they provide are commercial, residential, industrial, move in and out cleaning, clean out, bulk removal, carpet cleaning, post-construction, window, steam cleaning, fog sanitizer, disinfectant. Clean Everything LLC. You can reach them at cleanny1@gmail.com, or you can call them at 862-520-3010 for a free estimate, and you can follow them at CleanNJ2020. So the teachable moment is, I would like each of you to share with the people in your industry something that they should know about your field. What is something you want to say to another entrepreneur in your field? And we'll start with you, the dynamic duo.
Oh, Dom, I tend to be the one who talks a lot. And
I like it that way.
yeah, she does like it that way, but people don't know that. And then I look like I'm the controlling one. So I guess what I would think to share about people in our field is, I think that one reason why me and Dom connect with our clients so well is that we are ourselves. We are both a little awkward and we're goofy, and we don't try and be those people like in a suit like this or whatever. Like we're ourselves all the time. And that is what makes people, because you have to have trust. My clients have to trust us. They have to be able to take our advice and our recommendations, because we're not there to hurt them, we're there to help them. And so I think being very transparent about who I am and not trying to throw on any type of airs, it's just, we're just us, Meg and Dom. We're a little bit goofy, but we get the job done. Right, Dom?
I love it.
I agree.
She just said, go ahead, girl. I love it. But that's the whole thing right here. Like, teamwork makes the dream work, right? So when you know your strengths, when you are partnering with somebody, then you know how to fall back, because a lot of times people who collaborate begin to be in competition with each other and bump heads. But I love that you're like, girl, yep, that's what she said, and we good on that. That's what we do. That's why this is going to work for you guys, and that's why y'all going to be the ones that I buy my house through. So
yeah, absolutely. I do all the talking, but then behind the scenes, she's like, did you do this? You need to do this. Get this done or whatever. She's kind of is the one that makes me do things that I don't want to do. We all have those tasks that we keep putting to the side. So Dominique is kind of like, and we live in the same building. So, in the morning. Yeah, so we just meet up in the morning and come up with our game plan, what we're gonna do for the day. She has her planner. She writes everything down. So she writes everything. I do all of this.
I love it. Listen, that's wonderful. I like y'all too. I really do. I really love y'all. So we're gonna all follow each other on social media, and we're gonna all support each other, send each other clients and all kind of things. That's why I love Nasir. Nasir, you my boy, but we'll talk about that later. So let's go down to LaShonda. Now, somebody coming into your industry, which is a creative industry, in your field, what would your teachable moment be for them?
Well, it would always be, and I say to other studio owners, other dance teachers that I work with and mentor with as well, is to always walk in love in everything that you do. Because we are dealing with children, we're dealing with families, and everyone is going through something. And when you come into a dance studio, or you're bringing your children to a place, we are considered a safe place. So I always even tell, my instructors, I said, if there's anything going on outside of here, you need to leave it right at the door. I tell my children when they're coming in, when you come in, if you had a bad day at school or wherever, when you come in, we're going to change that whole energy, that whole attitude, because we are safe here. Here we can make mistakes. That's why we have practice. So just to other business owners or individuals working in the arts, number one, we always know that the show must go on. So we can't let something get us down when things aren't going the way we need them to go or the way we want them to go. What we need to do is know how to transition and shift to make the program still flow the way it needs to flow. One thing I've learned during COVID, and we've been in business for over 18 years. And I'm that type of individual that everything has to be perfect, right? And you know how you just, it can't be perfect if I'm not doing it. But one thing I learned even through COVID was when I really needed to pull on and lean on my team. Because in order to get through anything, we really have to have a team to work together. And that teamwork, it filters into the way we react with our families and our children. And then, like I said, just walking in love in everything that we do, and understand that everyone has different situations that they may be dealing with. But the one thing is not to ever give up. And I believe, we had a lot of people saying, I can't wait till 2020 is over. And, like I think I even shared with you, I felt like 2020 was literally, and my theme this year for the recital in 2020 was perfect vision. And we had that 2020 perfect vision in January, and then all of this happened. And so for me, it was really a spiritual moment too, because I felt like, God was just opening up my eyes to see everything that was in front of me. And at that point, I had to realize that we have to make sure that we have systems in place to do everything, so that we can shift when we have to, have a transition. Just being ready and prepared, and thinking ahead, looking ahead. And when we run into problems, don't murmur and complain.
Yes.
Don't
Yes.
complain. Let's just figure out how to get through it. Right?
I love it.
We have to stop running at some point.
Exactly.
So we got two very good things right there. Be authentic, be yourself when you are dealing with your clients, so that you can gain trust. Because the people who are listening, I want y'all to know these people make money, and they could charge you for this information, but we're giving it to you for free tonight. So take your notes. Be authentic so that your clients can trust you, and have systems in place. Be ready so you don't have to get ready, and always operate in love. So we're going to go to Nasir. So somebody in your field coming into the business, an entrepreneur, what teachable moment do you have for them?
Just to let them know that they can't give up. Kind of to piggyback off what LaShonda just said, like, you're going to go through things. It's not an easy road. It's going to be bumpy. You just have to make it through it, and always find a way, because it's always going to be obstacles. But that's just like life. It's always going to be an obstacle, but you can't give up. You can't fold. And the only way to be successful is you have to keep pushing. So that's the whole recipe of it all. You got to be able to keep pushing through, and anything that comes your way or tries to block you, you roll over it, roll through it, and just let it feed you to grow bigger. Flip the negative into a positive.
Keep pushing. Keep pushing. I'm loving this. Al Maurice, we're going to come to you next. What is a teachable moment for those in your field, entrepreneurs who want to come into your field, or who are there and struggling?
Well, I would definitely say work your plan. Have a plan and work it. Be consistent. Stay focused every single day. You're going to have a lot of adversity and obstacles as you move through, as you're building. I problem solve every single day. It seemed like my favorite saying is, if it ain't one thing, it's another. And you have to have a strong mentality to be able to move through those obstacles to get to the end result, the success. So I would say work your plan, be consistent, be diligent, be focused, be patient. Because although you may have a vision and you may have this thing that you want to see materialize, you got to work the plan each and every day. And even if you get a little bit of progression, show gratitude for that little bit of progression, and you'll continue to just add, and it'll compound, and you'll be able to succeed. But you just got to be consistent and stay focused.
I love it. Aki, you're up next. What is your teachable moment for entrepreneurs who want to come in the clothing business?
Okay, can you hear me? I just took it off mute. Can you guys
Yep,
hear
we
me?
can hear you. Yep.
Okay. I like what Nasir said, and is to push forward. You know what I mean? And look, I even got a shirt that says push forward. It's to keep pushing. You know what I mean? Always
I love
keep pushing. And it's like to hear the word no is not a bad thing. It's actually a lesson. You know what I mean? You hear the word no, you hear the word, oh no, not right now. You know what I mean? You just can't give up. You know what I mean? And it's about dedication, determination, discipline. You know what I mean? And all right, well, if I can't do If I can't go that avenue, then I got another route. It's always a different route, and you're always gonna find your lane somewhere. You know what I mean? So everyone has a lane. You just gotta pick your lane and step on the gas once you get in it. That's it.
Yeah,
That's right.
I know that's right.
That's my motto. What's going on? How you feeling?
Ahava,
Right.
you're up next, Ahava. What is your teachable moment right now to somebody who's coming into your field?
Okay, so my teachable moments is someone right now who will be coming into my field. I'm not gonna assume age. So I would have to say two things. I'll go with two things. Your health is your wealth. So you have to take care of your health because your health comes before anything else. If you are not healthy and well, or at least working towards that, you're not going to be able to be successful in business and help other people for the long game with the longevity of it. So your health is your wealth. So make sure that you are working with some holistic practitioners and taking care of your health. And consistently dosing when you need to dose. If you got a triple, quadruple dose on vitamin C during the fall, and then again in the winter, like the season we're in now, and because of what's going on, that's just one simple thing. Health as well. The other thing would be mentorship. Is no matter where you are coming into the business, you need mentorship. I have mentorship. I've had mentorship. I've gained mentorship. So a person in business, people in business need to have mentors and advisors. You can give them whatever name you want. It could be an entire business where specific people are assigned to you, or people that you just trust that you know, and you can even reach out to other pioneers in your industry because there are pioneers out there that want to give and want to, even if it's just a few words, if it's in a half an hour every other week to connect with, especially in the hair industry. There's so much with what happens in the hair industry. If you're not working in a business together, a lot of hair people are isolating more now than before. Like there would be a lot of conflict that I would hear about, and I didn't really have to deal with that conflict as much because I provided mentorship. So if you present it like I'm a mentor for you, it looks different than you like I'm somebody's boss. I don't want to be your boss. I want to be a mentor or a guide, help you on the journey, but some people just want you to work for them. So mentorship, having a mentor. So your mentor should be someone who is older than you. So this is so important about cross-generational. You should mentor younger people, but you need to have an older mentor that you have in the hair industry who knows the industry well, who is well-known, who is credible. You know, they should have they should have a little bit of pull in an industry. They should have a name. They should be someone that has something. One of my hair mentors is Diane Carol Bailey. So when I need her, I can do a check-in and she will not only cheer me on, but she'll also check me. And she's someone that I aspired to and looked up to since way before I started the hair business. I was like, I'm going to meet that woman one day. She writes for the textbook editing and does the textbook, wrote the natural hair section in a lot of the hair school books. I'm like, I'm going to meet her one day. I just knew that. And I met her one day and I asked her to be a mentor. She's on my advisory board. I have a mentor. So that's Brooklyn, New York. And then I have a mentor in Atlanta. So that's also to say, not just your generational range, but also your location. You do not have to limit yourself to mentorship in your town or in your city. You can reach out to mentors who are even across the country. You never know where that can lead you. That will help you to be more successful in business. And they're going to cheer you and they're going to check you.
All right. Cheer you and check you. Get you some people that's going to cheer you and check you.
Cheer
that needs
and
to be a t-shirt. That needs to be a t-shirt in our key store. So you and our key need to get together. I'm about to put some collaborations together. So to my dynamic duo, you know, real estate is not an easy thing. So a lot of people don't know about it, and a lot of Black people. So I like to educate our people because we haven't been taught to this portion of what we should know. We haven't been taught to invest in real estate. We haven't been taught those things. We've been taught to rent apartments. And a lot of us have been passed down generational ideas of taking grandma's apartment in a project and all of that other good stuff. So we're trying to get away from that as a people. What do you suggest someone do when they begin to explore the thought of purchasing real estate?
I I mean, you definitely have to your credit approval, and we actually closed a property. Actually today, right, Megan?
Today.
And it was a young Black woman, and she closed her first home, and we're taking pictures with her daughter, and she just like wasn't really into it. I mean, like, this is a big deal. Like, Black ownership is a big deal, and you should be proud about about this whole scenario. And and with the history, American history, and Black Americans, there's a lot about, with that said. But I would say pre-approval and make sure money as far as starting the process to purchase. Right, Megan?
Yeah. And the young lady who closed today, she had actually called me like 3 years ago to buy a house, and just telling me like, oh, I'm just thinking about it. What do I need? And I started sending her homes. And so 3 years later, she called me off of one of my signs, and I go to send her an email, and I'm like, oh, you're already in my contacts list. Like, you started this a long time ago, and now you're finally ready. But she did the work. And it's not all about your credit score. It's also about your debt to income ratio. You have people out here who make so much money, but then they go out and they buy Range Rovers and this and that. And while they're making a lot of money, their ratio is wrong. And so they can't get a loan because their debt. I have a client who just had to pay off his Rolls Royce because it was messing up his ratio. So obviously he has a lot of money, but he couldn't get a loan because of that. It could be 1% off, and you're not going to get a loan. But something else I want people to realize is that you don't need a 700 credit score to buy a house. 620 gets you an FHA loan. 640 will get you a USDA loan. Around here, you're not going to get a USDA loan. There's no farms around here, but a 640 can also get you a 203K loan. So if there's a home that maybe it needs a little sprucing up, you can get what's called a 203K loan with a 640 credit score, and that includes a little money built into the loan for you to do a couple of renovations. So you don't have to have like a house that's like, with a 640 you can get that. With a 640 you can get a VA loan, and then with the 640 you can get a conventional loan. So I know that everybody but you have to have that debt. Keep your debt low, and as long as you have that low debt and the 640, you can buy a house. And if you're not there yet, you can get there. I have lenders who do what's called a rapid V-score. So they look at your credit report and tell you, okay, well, next month I can give you a pre-approval if you do this, this, and this, or you do that. And then you can see by next month you can get approved, because they figure out what's the best way to improve your credit score. So yeah, if you got a 620, call us. Right, Dawn?
Oh, yes. Listen here, y'all. We learned in the night. Did y'all hear that debt ratio? Some of y'all trying to get your score up and your ratio ain't right. Y'all better take notes. I always take notes. The 203K. Okay, I'm talking to y'all. These women know what they're doing, and we need to support them. We're bringing this panel together because we need to support each other as a community. So speaking of community, I want everybody to talk a little bit. Maybe we'll do 2 or 3 so I can get another couple of questions in, because our time is winding down. How have you been instrumental in your community? So let's start with LaShonda down there in my right corner.
So in the community, we've been doing different outreach things as far as the kids going out, doing some local performances around the holidays. We put bags together. We did like a totes to give to the homeless, where we packed stuff together to give out. We did donations, collecting coats, and donated coats to the homeless. So just always trying to do different things, whether the kids are going out doing some extra activities to help out in the community, or performing in the community, just giving a presence to get other children involved and other families involved. So that and reaching out to, like I said earlier, reaching out to other schools, giving them assistance and giving them ideas and pointers on how to build their programs up. And just for myself, just working with different individuals, mentoring them about about running their programs, about running their schools and different things that we can do so that everyone could still stay afloat even when things get tough.
Oh, nice. Ahava, let's talk a little bit about community with you, but I love that, LaShonda. I love, like, Ahava, you came right off what Ahava said, mentoring. We got to mentor each other. We all need each other. We all could teach each other something, and we got to be willing to give each other the information. And in order for us to elevate, we all need to be elevating together, not at the same time because everybody's not ready, but we should always go back and pull somebody up if we can. Ahava?
Okay, I'm ready for this one. So this one is not just for my business, for my legacy. So what we've done in the community, or what I've done with an organization, an advocacy group that I established in April 2019, is to get rent control in my hometown of Montclair, New Jersey. That is huge right now. It is historic. This township was established in 1868, and we have an approved rent control ordinance. There's been a lawsuit, a fight against it for well over a year now, and we're still in litigation. We, meaning the township and our mayor and council. However, Montclair does have an approved rent control ordinance, something that is, again, a part of my my legacy with housing, because my late mother, Mrs. Mary Ann Claremont, was one of the founders of Home Corps, Inc. Now, the Tenants Organization of Montclair, which is the advocacy group that I started with friends and other now leaders in the community, was established specifically to get rent control in Montclair so that there would be an ordinance. So we have this, but we have not yet gotten to implementation. So that's one thing that we're doing. I would say the we in the community, because everyone that even touches base here in the business with me, anything they do helps me to help in the community. So that means any of the young ladies that come in to work with us, they're taking a load off, keeping things running so that I can do the advocacy work as well. Then here, just for the business itself, is so we will give to Real House. They have a substance abuse program. They have houses in Montclair, and then they've expanded to some nonprofit. They've expanded to some other township if you've ever heard of them. It was founded here in Montclair as well. We provide natural hair products like scalp hair and body products to them. They were able to start accepting things again, like in the fall, because for a while, a lot of people were not accepting anything because of the pandemic. So we were kind of just like stacking closed and sealed packages of natural stuff, because if you're coming off of substance abuse, no matter what you're coming off of, but in particular substance abuse, you should not be using unnatural and chemical products. You have a lot of adverse reactions. So they will collect that. Clients will bring stuff in, and then we just build a bag or box, and my friend comes in, works there, come and get it. And then we've done blessings bags. This was our first year doing blessings bags. Actually, Hava Felicia Hair and Body through my church, which is First Baptist in South Orange. So we did a bunch of blessing bags for shelters. I don't know all the exact shelters they went to, but everyone in the church was participating with making bags to go to the homeless shelters with, the toothpaste, the toothbrushes, the mouthwash, the lotion, hair products, quote unquote shampoo. We did black soap and conditioner. And we hope to be able to help in that way, ongoing whenever one of those opportunities comes up. It was a part of a Jonah initiative, and we had a list of initiatives that we could participate in, and that was the one that we were able to do. So that's awesome.
Awesome. That is all. We as Black businesses, I love us because we always, and I'm not saying every single person, but 9 times out of 10, we always find a way to give back. And that's why we find our community to be so important, but we only see the negative on the news when actually we do a lot of positive stuff for our community. So we're going to go to Al Maurice, because I know you're big on community, and tell me a little bit about what you do in your community and why it's important to you.
Absolutely. Community is my priority. Before the pandemic, we did a lot of events, block parties, paint sips, dinner parties, and we would bring the community together and just have conversation about business, building credit, you know, just various different topics that we don't normally get to have, you know. So that was my main focus. But then once we went into the pandemic, I started to focus more on job creation. There's a lot of brothers, you know, in the community that, you know, they're looking for a job, but they want to, you know, get themselves together. And I've been fortunate enough to give them some opportunities to build themselves up. And, you know, that's the biggest reward for me, is seeing somebody start off at a low point and then they come into our organization and we're able to mentor them and educate them and bring them up. And they're successful being able to feed their family, take care of their kids. And that's the real juice for me. Yeah.
Yes. Nasir?
Yeah, with that Clean Everything, we basically been able to have jobs for people. We've been able to create employment for people for over 40 years. We basically also give back, like we did clean outs for the city of Newark for abandoned buildings, helping them, you know, helping the parks, going in the parks. And this is, you know, we basically donating our time, clean out the parks and everything, get the, you know, the garbage from on the grass underneath the trees and bushes. We've also did things for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You know, I've also donated some proceeds to them as well. And just basically, we also connect Black business owners. You know, I try to connect with as many as I can. I try to put them in touch with each other so that we can all connect, because what we have to gain is financial power. And that is something that a lot of in our race that we lack, is that we just don't have financial power. And that's what that is what it really boils down to in our race. So, you know, I patronize Black business. Like, you know, my kids go to LaShonda school. They go to their dance school. They go to the kids club. And, you know, I do that because I know that she's safe. She has a safe environment. She cares about what's going on in her building. She watches things very carefully. So I know that I can trust her. And, you know, and I also clean it. That makes a difference. So I know it's clean. So, you know, I make, you know, but then I make sure that I put the word out and let somebody else know about her, you know. Or if somebody needs a toe, I can bring them over and tell them about Al Maurice. Or, you know, want some clothes, you go to Halal Boys, you get some clothes, you know, you support the brother, you know, you want a house, you want to go, you know, talk to Megan and Dom. If you want to, you know, get your hair done or knowledge about your hair or how to grow your hair, then you go to a Harvard. We have to stay connected. We have to refer one another. We have to give each other business, pass the money around, and that's how we keep it tight.
Yes, I know. I love you, Nasir, because Nasir, you've been big on bringing these panels together to give our people a platform actually that is structured and safe and uplifting and just basically not raggedy, if I could say that about myself. So we're going to go over Aki, and Aki, tell us a little bit about what you do in the community and why is community important to you?
Move out the way. You see this guy in the background. Community is very important, especially, you know, business and, you know, in a local community.
You breaking up.
Oh, you guys see me?
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
We can't hear you too good.
Hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. So, you know,
oh, you breaking up again. We gonna come back around to you in 1 second.
Okay.
You breaking up again. You was in a good area, I think, in the front of the store. Okay. This is if you just tuned in, you are tuned into the Black History Business Panel. We are live right now. We are celebrating. We are taking Black History Month out on a high note to celebrate these businesses that are here with us tonight, and they're giving out nuggets and tips on how to get your business to where you want it, how to start your business if you are in their industry, and just to celebrate the greatness of Black entrepreneurs and Black people, to show people that we are not just what the media says we are, but we are actually thriving in our businesses and we are striving to do great things. So that's why we wanted to have this panel tonight. So now we're going to go into, since it's 8 o'clock, we're going to get down to our final thoughts. So Aki, let me see if I can hear you now.
Okay, can you hear me now? Am I coming through clear? Hello?
Say something
am
else.
Am I coming through clear now?
Yep, that's clear. That's good. Talk about community for us.
Okay, real quick about community. It's very important to build on the community, especially if you have a business in the community that you're in. Before the pandemic, what we were doing was we created what's called umbrella hood. Okay, it's different entrepreneurs under one umbrella, encouraging each other. What we go and do is clean up the community around which we had the business. No one asked us to do it. We would get garbage bags and shelves, breaks, brooms, and we would just go around just cleaning up the community on our own. So, shit, like our business because they.
Uh-oh, we losing you again. We losing you. No, I really want to hear this. I know you said you guys get garbage bags and go around the community and clean up the community. So I really want to hear because I think this is so important.
Okay, can you hear me? Hold on, let me see if I step outside. Can you hear me better now?
I think it might be your earpiece. Pull your earpiece to your mouth.
Hey, can you hear me better now?
There you go. Yep.
Okay. So what I was saying was before the pandemic, we had another location in East Orange as well. And what we would do is we would get together and we would go around every Sunday and we would do a clean sweep in our neighborhood, in the neighborhood that we have the business. No one ever asked us to do it. You know what I mean? We would just get together, What's up, man? Love you too, baby. Hold on, I'm on the Zoom real quick. Hold on. I'm sorry. The love is coming. You know what I mean? We got the new store. People are showing up. I apologize for that. So what we would do is we would get brooms, rakes, shovels, garbage bags, and we would go around cleaning up the community that we had our business in. Mayor Ted Green saw that we was doing that, and then he started donating to our cleanup. You know what I mean? And we told him, we was like, we good. We coming out of our own pocket. We're going to clean up the neighborhood that we have a business in because we care about where we at. So, community is very important because it's like people look at it and, residents in the neighborhood, they like, well, who is these guys that just took it upon themselves to just start cleaning up? A lot of the residents will come out, give us waters. A lot of the residents would donate products that we need to help clean us. And a lot of residents will come out and help us clean. You know what I mean? So it built the momentum throughout the months. And then, of course, the pandemic started, so we kind of slowed down. But we're going to start back up again, being as though we have this new location. Again, it's at 70 Dodge Street, East Orange, New Jersey. So we're going to start again in this community as well.
That's it. That's my hood. I grew up on Dodge Street.
Okay, Dodge Town. We call it Dodge Town.
Dodge Town. I'm an Essex County girl. I was there when it was McDonald's on Dodge Street, but it ain't there.
Wow. No Don't tell your age. Don't tell your age. You tell your age.
I remember that.
It's all right. So we're going to go into our final thought, which is brought to you by Chaney's Dance and Music Academy, located in Maplewood, New Jersey. Dance and music for children and adults. You can visit them at www.lachaney.com, LACHANEY.com, to schedule an intro class, or you can call them at 973-378-3877, 973-378-3877. So the final thought is when you just give a final thought on what you think is most important for someone to hear from you tonight about your business and about being an entrepreneur. So we will start with Nasia.
Start with me?
Nasia.
The most important.
Oh, Nasia, okay.
The most important thing that I think somebody should walk away with this with is that you have to stay consistent. You have to stay consistent. You have to stay focused, and you have to connect with people. You gotta speak with other business owners. You have to put the word out through them, and you can't you can't be afraid of failing. And that's just the main thing. You cannot be afraid of failing. It's just no fear. Because if you have any fear, you're not going to make it.
Absolutely.
I love it. Let's go to Megan.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Unmute, Megan.
All right, so Dom had to go. She says goodbye to everyone, but she had to cut out. Yes, to Dom. So I would say for other business owners, always remember that your reputation is huge. Making sure that you keep a great reputation. It's been very important to me because referrals are everything. And making sure that somebody can refer you and be confident in you is key. I have one client who has referred at least 5 people to me, and she may not even understand that's about $25,000 just by her saying, use my agent. She's great. So make sure that when you deal with people that they are enjoying their experience with you from the beginning to the end, and you'll see those dollars just keep running in, because my business is truly run off of referrals. We do not do that many ads other than Facebook. I'm not paying for, if it's free, it's for me. That's how I say. So I get so much referral business, and it's because I make sure that people enjoy their experience with me. And so, you know, I think as business owners, we got to remember that. Make sure that people really enjoy their time with you, and it will be invaluable.
Ahava?
Final words.
Yep, your final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Keep a spirit of forgiveness around you at all times. That helps a lot in business. And I want everyone to know that I'm always recruiting, open for mentors. I have 2 mentorship slots still available. Well, not just still, 1 filled, but then there's still 2 because I've created another one. So there are 2 mentorship spots still available to come in to work with me. And also that I'm looking for stylists and natural hair braiders to come join the journey, whether it's to work here in the studio or help them with development of training and courses, certifications for their mobile or their own studio space. I'm here to help. That. Yeah.
I love it. Al Maurice?
I would say just love what you do. You know, put everything that you have in whatever project that you're doing to the smallest detail. Try your best to give it your best, and stay focused, stay consistent. Understand that you're blessed. You know, as to be a business owner, you're a leader in your community, and just lead by example. Continue to build other people up, and keep a system, a team, a system going. You know, a team spirit. Business is a team spirit. You know, and just stay focused.
Yes, try your best to be your best. Y'all making up a lot of t-shirts tonight. We're gonna have us a t-shirt business all together, and it's gonna go through Aki's store. Aki, what is your
Come on, come see me.
tonight?
Come see me. Any ideas y'all got, come see me. I'll put it together. You know what I mean? We can connect. My final thoughts is do not, and this is advice to all Black entrepreneurs. I'm trying to get people out of the crabs in the bucket syndrome. You know what I mean? Yes. Another Black entrepreneur is not your competition. Everyone has a separate lane. You understand what I'm saying? You just got to pick your lane. You know what I mean? It's since I started my clothing line, I see a lot of, crabs in the bucket thing. Oh, I don't want to give him the connect because I feel like he's going to blossom more than I did. You know what I mean? And that's not good to have that mentality. You know what I mean? So I have no problem with if somebody come up to be like, well, how you get t-shirts made? Well, what warehouse do you go to get your blank t-shirt? I give them that information because I want somebody to eat
just like I want to eat. I want for my brother and my sister what I want for myself. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, those are my final thoughts. Like, you know, we got to get out of this crabs in the bucket syndrome and don't look at your other, you know, entrepreneur or Black-owned business as your competition. You know what I mean? Supporting another Black-owned business is not going to take away from yours.
Right. Thank you so much. My mother used to, and I said this on a panel last night that I was on, my mother said, people who are secure in themselves, they will, instead of giving a person a fish to eat for one day, they will teach a person to fish so that they can eat for a lifetime. So I love that mentality.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, LaShonda?
Absolutely.
I'm going to say, stay true to yourself, walk in love. That's my number one thing. Walk in love and have faith and trust the process. Know that we have to put in the work. Everyone on this panel tonight, we all had to work hard, and we're still working hard to get to where we need to go. And we know that we may see the fruits of our labor that we're putting in, but just understand that when we work, that we really have to work hard. And I always say that every individual that's even watching this this live right now, there's a talent in you where you could start your own business. I say even to the children, I say, I don't care if you start your own hair bow business. You have a talent. Everyone has a talent. So just like Aki said, we can't try to pull another business down because there's enough out here for all of us to make things happen. And just find that one thing in you. You know, find that something in you that you can do, find that talent, because God has blessed all of us with the talent. So it's a matter of you working that talent, working that process, standing up for what you believe in and never giving up no matter what. If one thing doesn't work, okay, start another one. I always have people say to me, how many different jobs you going to try until I get the right one that God wants me to have? So, you know, with that being said, no, everyone needs to go out there and do something. I know that maybe entrepreneurship might not be for everyone, but there's something. We can't run a business without someone else working with us or helping us. So we all have to come together and work as one. We can't do this by ourselves. So even if we have a business owner, a business cannot run if we don't have someone to help run it with us. So with that being said, you know, we want to thank the employees out there who work and help the entrepreneurs fulfill a dream that we may have. So all of us have to play a part in this. It's not just a one-man thing, and we all can do this. So everybody, just walk in love, have faith, and trust the process to get it done.
Yes. So I'm going to go around the room one last time and tell everybody where they can find you and what's next for you. So I'm going to start with you, Megan. Where can they find you and what's next? Unmute. You have to unmute yourself.
I have a teenage boy on the games, and so he's hollering.
It's okay. Oh, I get it, girl. My whole house is crazy right now, y'all. I'm like, can they hear it?
So you can find Dom and I. You can find us on Instagram at the Preston Scarborough team. I'm also Megan Sold It on Instagram, and Dom is Real Estate with Dom P, I think. But we tag each other on everything, so you'll be able to find us. Also, we're out of the Keller Williams in Livingston. So if you Google that, you can find our information. And if you follow me on Facebook, Megan Scarborough, I constantly post my phone number all the time. So call me, text me, send me a bat signal, whatever, but I'm always available.
I know that's right. Not fair. Tell them where they can find you and what's next.
Right, it's Clean NJ 2020 on Instagram. Nasir Gregory on Facebook. The phone number is 862-520-3010. And we are going to be running a spring cleaning special. That's, you know, spring cleaning consists of, you know, you might have accumulated some things over the past year. You want to get some things out your basement, out your attic, or whatever room in the house. And, you know, just get everything nice and fresh and clean for you. We're going to have some specials coming out, so you can check us out on Instagram at CleanNJ2020, and we're going to start posting different specials.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Ahava, where can they find you and what's next?
You know, I'm still tickled by the bat signal.
Yes, girl. I know that's right.
I'm sorry. I was laughing about that. It was so cute. The bat signal. I love it. Okay. Sorry. I had to get that out. So you can find us. I love funny things like that. It's so cool. That's what take me through the night, okay? That's it. It just takes something little like that. Yeah, so you can find the products at the ShopRite in Newark and the Bloomfield ShopRite. We're getting a new area in the Bloomfield ShopRite because of construction. So people have been calling about that. They're working on it, on a whole display, because we're bringing in at least 6 to 10 new products in the next 2 weeks or so. So we need more space. So those are 2 locations for products. ShopRite Supermarket in Newark, New Jersey, and in Bloomfield, New Jersey. Thank you all, everyone who's been going out making purchases. With regards to calling in, 973-619-2855 is the main number for like the hair consultations, the virtuals and the in-person, all that type of scheduling. And then there's 201-921-9894. That is a product specific line. But anyone can call either number. Voicemail is going to get checked, and we call everybody back. Everyone does get a call back. Our Instagram, there are several. The most active Instagrams are Ahava Felicidad Hair and Body NJ. There's also an Instagram just for the hair sugar, Felicidad Hair Sugar. Of the Felicidad signature line. So those 3, and then there'll be like tags and posts to the other ones. And they exist in that way mostly because of the training component. So when people come in, the young ladies are going to come in and do their mentorship, they get assigned to posting to certain pages for the marketing and the advertising and the customer service. So we do have more than one Instagram for that reason. Yeah, okay. So those are the main 3. You can find us on Facebook, Ahava Felicidad Hair and Body NJ, and Google Places. We do have a Google Places page. Videos and pictures get posted there, and we have a YouTube. So if you Google us, you're going to find us, the numbers and the market and the social media, Instagram and Facebook.
All right, Aki, tell us where we can find you and what's next.
Can you guys hear me? I always had a connection. You can hear me?
You. Yep.
Okay. First and foremost, I'd like to thank y'all for having me. I appreciate the opportunity. I'm honored, to be a part of this. I'd like to thank my brother Nasir for, the plug-in, for bringing me on. Okay. You can find me at 70 Dodge Street, East Orange, New Jersey, from 10 to 10. Okay. I usually get here about 5 when I get off work. But the store is always open, 10 a.m. to 10 at night. At 70 Dodge Street, East Orange, New Jersey. You can also follow me on social media at Halal Boys Clothing. That's boys with a Z _INC on Instagram, and on Facebook. You can find me at Halal Boys and Halal Girls Clothing on Facebook. You also can follow the store page, which is, hold on, let me get this together. It's called Press to Be the Best. Okay, and that's 862-766-5292. And my number is 908-937-1985. Again, I'm on all platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Google, and, you can pull up at any time. We're always here. No days off. We're always here. Yeah.
Awesome. Shonda, tell us where they can find you and what's next.
Yes, you can find our school at
I want to tell you what's next.
1747.
Oh, wait, hold on, LaShonda. I'm sorry. Hold on, LaShonda. A key wasn't finished.
I'm sorry, LaShonda. Real quick, let me let y'all know what's next. I got 2 pop-up shops this weekend. I have a Black History poetry pop-up shop in Scotch Plains. If you want to look at the flyer, it's on my page at Halal Boys Clothing _INC. Again, that's a poetry pop-up shop. That's tomorrow from 2 to 6. And then Sunday, I'm in East Orange at a Buy Black Entrepreneurs pop-up shop. That's in Jersey City, New Jersey. That's on my Instagram as well. And starting in March, I'm going to Atlanta to do a pop-up shop for about 3 days. So, you know, I'm taking the show on the road. You know what I mean? You can find all my information and where I'm going to be at next on my page. Thank you. I apologize for trying to go ahead. Take it away.
It's okay. Go ahead, LaShonda.
So I'm in Maplewood. The address is 1747 Springfield Avenue in Maplewood. You can find me on social media. On Instagram, we're at LaChaney's. On Facebook, it's LaChaney's DMA, like LaChaney's Dance and Music Academy. You could pull us up that way. We're on Google as well. Tomorrow on Saturday at 12:30, we have a short little private open house. If you want to bring your child by to take a sample class, to get in for tomorrow's open house, you just need to give us a call by 11 a.m. Tomorrow, or send us a message so that we can get the information and get your child's name on the list. That's tomorrow, Saturday, February 27th at 12:30 is the event will take place. And then we do have another big open house, which many of you may have seen that ad running on Facebook. That open house is March the 13th, which is a Saturday. So if you need information on that, you can always send us an email at hello@lachaney.com, and I can get that information out to you. Next week on Thursday, we have a master class with Rosero McCoy, who is a choreographer coming in from LA, who has done choreography for Disney, Nickelodeon, Kiki Palmer. He just did the Macy's Day Thanksgiving parade. So he will be here next Thursday evening at 5:30 to work with kids ages 5 and up in a beginner intermediate class. And then for at 8, what time? At 7 o'clock, he'll work with intermediate advanced, which may be some of our adults that want to take a hip hop master class. So once again, 1747 Springfield Avenue in Maplewood. Our phone number is 973-378-3877. And that's, you can reach me at hello@lachaney.com.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Last but not least, Al Maurice. Did y'all hear me hit Hot 16 just now?
You can find me at Bon Voyage King _King 18, and you can find me on Facebook, Al Maurice Russ. You also can contact me directly at 973-277-8275. And what's next? We actually are in the hiring process. We're looking to recruit new drivers. Our goal is to add 10 new drivers in the next 30 days. So if you guys know anybody that's interested in driving, you can just give me a call at 973-277-8275. Thank you for having me.
Wow. Oh my goodness, this has been so powerful. Like, I feel empowered. I don't know if anybody else feels empowered. I don't know if you was watching this and you wasn't taking notes. Oh, come on in.
Oh, I have.
Come on in, Megan.
Okay, so I just want to ask everybody if you can tune in. If you're an HGTV watcher, I'm on a new show on HGTV called 1 Week to Sell. And my particular episode airs on April 7th. It's on HGTV and it's streaming on Discovery Plus. So watch so that there could be a season 2. I need a season 2 to come. So HGTV, 1 Week to Sell.
Right.
April 7th is my episode.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you everybody for tuning in. This has been powerful, powerful beyond anything that I thought it could be. I'm so proud of every person here who is a Black business owner. Aki, did you have something to say?
Yes, absolutely. Can you guys hear me? You guys still hear me, right?
I saw your hand raised.
Okay,
Yep.
this question was for Al Maurice. I wanted to know, when you hiring drivers, is it CDL drivers or is non-CDL drivers?
Non-CDL drivers at the moment.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get your information. I have a couple of two of my nephews that are looking for work. They do have clean license. You know what I mean? I just wanted to know whether CDL drivers or non-CDL drivers. You know what I mean? We can link up like that. And anybody else on the panel, y'all need t-shirts done for your business, come see me. If you got a logo, we'll put it to life for you.
You had the line down the street the other day. I drove by. I said I drove by. There was a line down the street.
I love this. Listen, I love this
so much.
Absolutely. We have real opportunities going on right here. We're not sitting on this business panel playing play. And I have to really, really thank Nasir Gregory for pulling all of this together and making opportunities for other people. That is huge. That is so huge. We just don't understand that there's a lot of people that don't give other people opportunities because they're greedy or they think that somebody's going to do better than them. So Nasir, I salute you, my brother from another mother.
Yes,
you are like my brother for real. And if there's, like I said, if there's anything I could do for you, and I'm going to refer more people to you. And for everybody who's just tuned in, if you don't know, you just tuned into the Black History Business Panel celebration. We are celebrating Black greatness, not today, but every day. It was Black History Month for February, but it is Black History greatness every day for us. And I don't want us to forget that. So we'll be back with more business panels. We thank you for tuning in. I thank you for the sponsors, Chaney's Dance and Music Academy and Clean Everything LLC. You can find Chaney's Dance and Music Academy located in Maplewood, New Jersey. Dance and music classes for children and adults. Visit www.lachaney.com to schedule an intro class or call 973-378-3877. You can visit Clean Everything LLC or Clean Everything LLC NJNY1 for a free estimate. You can also reach out to them on social media. They're everywhere. You can Google them. Listen, we have to support each other as Black people more than ever with everything that's going on between the pandemic, between racial injustice, between prejudice. We are our own support system, and we can go, do, and be, and have anything we want if we just support each other. So we thank you again for tuning in tonight, and we'll see you on our next business panel, and we'll have more information for that coming to you soon. So thank you to all the panelists. I love you guys. You rock. Don't let anybody tell you anything.
Thank you, Nasir. Thank you, Trey.
Thank you.
Yes. So thank you, and have a blessed night and a blessed life. Good night.
Absolutely.